How is it going, everyone? We are coming up on the month of July, and it is, honestly speaking, one of the weakest months of game releases of the entire year. But that's not a bad thing, given that our wallets got drained in June, and for the entirety of the year, it's just been loaded with big game after big game, that this is a quieter month of game release, but there's still some notable stuff dropping this month, and want to go over games that I think you should buy right away, others that you should probably be better off waiting on a sale for, because keep in mind, we're hitting that period where it's July right now. Couple months from now, it's going to be the holiday season. A ton more games are going to be coming out, but also a ton more deals are going to be happening. So a lot of these games are going to go on sale fairly quickly after release. So keep that in mind. So I got 2 games for buy. The rest going to be games I would recommend to add to your wish list, wait on a sale for, etc. First of all, I'll say buy is Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie, with the caveat of you having to play the other games. You can't just jump into this one and be like, alright, yo, time to get into Legend of Heroes. No, that's not gonna fly. It don't work like that. With this one, you really should play the entirety of the franchise, that being the Sky Trilogy, the Crossbell games, and the 4 Cold Steel games. I really believe that you gotta play all of them before you get into Trails into Reverie, and I think the majority of Legend of Heroes fans would probably agree with me on that. Legend of Heroes is one of the best JRPG franchises in all of gaming, especially from a world building standpoint, and guess what? When we're already at, what, game number 9? I believe this is game number 10, right? Yeah, I think this is game number 10, and each game is well over 50 hours long. Yeah, you got a lot of hours to do some quality world building. It's a little bit daunting to get into the games, but man, not every game is a home run, but it has a pretty good batting average, and the stories throughout have been rather good, and Trails into Reverie is the latest one, out July 7th. If you've played the existing games, I would say it's a buy. Also, I would say is a buy Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. Now, it came to my attention that this will be released at a $14.99 budget price point, and hey, at that price, I don't think you can go wrong. I don't think it's going to see a deeper discount than that for quite a while. It's a launch discount, by the way. The regular price is $20, launch discount of $15. Oxenfree 1 was an awesome narrative-driven title. I've been recommending that game for years and years at this point. Oxenfree 2, looking to be a follow-up to that game, but also a game that you can jump right in without prior knowledge of the previous title. But I would recommend you to play Oxenfree 1, given that this is a narrative-driven title. I just think you'll get more out of Oxenfree 2 if you do play the first game. The first game is great, and the first game goes on sale for super cheap. So, you know, Oxenfree 2 coming out later in July 12th to be exact. Kind of surprising to see a sequel for this game after all these years, but 7 years later, I believe it's been, we are finally getting Oxenfree 2, so that's quite exciting. Alright, so those are the 2 games, to me, I would say are buys. Now, there's a lot of other games that are gonna have interest, but I think you'd be better off waiting on a sale for them. So let's talk about it. Might and Magic Clash of Heroes Definitive Edition. This is a revamp of a Nintendo DS release that got ported to PS3, and now they're upgrading it again. It is a turn-based strategy RPG with some puzzle elements as well. Plan your next move wisely. Every additional combo can make the difference, whether it's in solo or duo, online or offline. Mix and match your units to defeat your enemies in this definitive edition of Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. Taking place 40 years before the Heroes of Might and Magic 5 saga, Might and Magic Clash of Heroes tells the tale of 5 heroes scattered across 5 different regions of Ashan. Each must travel their own dangerous paths to grow in strength. A unique mix of genres. Be the leader of your enemy and get stronger. I imagine it's going to be priced at $29.99. I would say it probably is best to wait on a sale for this one with a couple re-releases. I imagine it's not going to hold its price for too long, and it is a bit of a throwback, so that is out July 20th. Exoprimal, as hot of a streak Capcom is on. This is a $60 game. This is a game that's hitting Game Pass on day 1, but on PlayStation, you're going to have to pay that full $60. Multiplayer-focused title, I don't know. I think Capcom's hot streak, I don't know if I would say it's going to end here, but I just personally don't see this being a game that's going to be super sustainable as far as this experience a lot of people are into. Now, the fact that it's on Game Pass day 1, I think is going to be very helpful, because if it wasn't, it would have been hard to get people into a new multiplayer IP at $60. How often do you see a $60 new multiplayer IP really resonate at a high level? It's very few and far between, although, to be fair, we don't see a lot of those. but you get the idea. There's so many multiplayer focused games that just, you know, come out, they're free to play, and those don't even last for a long time. So putting a $60 price tag on it, it's just gonna be difficult for a game like this to succeed in 2023 with so much competition at that price point. I think it's gonna go on sale fairly quickly. There is a digital deluxe edition, there's gonna be additional content, it's gonna get updated over time, so we'll see if it's sustainable and if it really gains a lot of popularity. I mean, at that point, Capcom is just untouchable at that point because they've done a killer job with their existing IPs. Resident Evil, Mega Man, Street Fighter, Devil May Cry, Monster Hunter, those IPs, and Phoenix Wright, those IPs have been crushing it, but they are established existing IPs. This is Capcom's first big budget new IP in a while, I believe, so it will be interesting to see how this does. And I know with the announcement of the game, a lot of people were drawing comparisons to Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis, this is not. This is a multiplayer game, but it does have a narrative attached to it, but ultimately, we'll see how this game turns out. I'm just cautiously skeptical. I want to be optimistic just because Capcom's been crushing it every time. I personally thought going into the release of Devil May Cry 5 that game was not going to be a home run, and boy was I wrong about that. I hope I'm wrong about Exoprimal because right now Capcom is, you know, one of the beloved publishers and developers in all of gaming, and I just want to see them continue their immense success right now, even if this wasn't the game that maybe everybody wanted out of Capcom. But there you go with that. Next up, and honestly can go back and forth on whether or not this is a buy, Remnant 2 is coming out next month on July 25th. Another multiplayer focused title that you can play online co-op, you can play solo. This is the sequel to Remnant from the Ashes, which was incredibly well received and really a surprising game in terms of how well it did from, you know, a reception and commercial standpoint. But now we have the release of Remnant 2, which is a game that a lot of people are actually looking forward to based on the success of Remnant from the Ashes. It looks like it's building upon the success of that game while still sticking to what made Remnant from the Ashes so enjoyable. If you did really enjoy Remnant from the Ashes, it might be a worthwhile game to check out. It will be having a physical release, and it's at a $49.99 price tag, so it's a little bit more of a competitive price tag comparatively, you know, to your $70 game. So if you want to buy it, like, this is one that I was really going back and forth on. It is a THQ Nordic published title. THQ Nordic titles typically go on sale fairly quickly, and I think that's going to be the case with Remnant 2, and obviously going to be a game that's going to get updated and made better over time as well. Couple more games. PixelJunk Scrappers Deluxe, I'd say wait on a sale for that. The PixelJunk games are always wacky, you know, over the top fun, and I think PixelJunk Scrappers Deluxe will be no different. And then Telltale is actually dropping a pretty major franchise, the Expanse of Telltale series episode 1. Now this is episode 1. I would wait to see the reception of this, see how it turns out, wait to hear about all the other episodes. Obviously don't spoil it yourself because that would ruin the Telltale experience, but a story-driven game, $40 price tag, which is also a little bit higher than other Telltale titles. I'd say wait on a sale for this one, and Telltale games, it's not like they hold up in price for too long, and I don't think Expanse is going to be an exception to that rule, so I'd say wait on a sale for that as well. But that is going to do it for me. Again, definitely a lighter month of game releases when you're looking at July, but that's not a bad thing. Immortals of Aveum was scheduled for July. That game saw a delay, and now it's coming out in August, and at the tail end of August with a lot of competition, so you know, that was the big release that did get pushed back, but still some lower key titles, and honestly a good opportunity for you to catch up on your backlog as well. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.